Alright, hello. In this lesson, we're going to finish up the remaining two flat holiday icons. So let's go ahead and get started with File New. We'll call this one Present. And 512 by 512, make sure that's there. And we'll go ahead and fill this background color in with white. And let's go back here real quick. I want to get this color, this lighter portion, on the foreground. And we'll start off here with a rectangle, and it doesn't really have to be a specific size at this point. Just make sure you hold shift so it's perfect square, and then we'll hit Control T and hold shift until we have it flat up and down, or straight up and down and vertical. And then what we want to do is hit Control T, and we can hold Alt while we do this, and we want it right around there. Hit apply, and we'll duplicate that, and we'll drag it down just to around here so these 2 points meet up. And I'm going to take another square here, and I'm going to hold Alt while I do that, and we want it to meet right around here, just like that. And real quickly, I'll switch over here and get this color, this darker portion, and we'll make it that color. And then what I want to do is go to Edit, Transform, Skew, and we'll just push this right up here so these points meet right around there. Alright, then what I want to do is go ahead and right click and duplicate that layer and go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal, and we'll just hold shift and move this over. Alright, so it's not proportionally accurate right now, so all I have to do is just take the direct selection tool and pull these down just a bit, and then pull this top portion down just a bit as well. Alright, so that top layer, we're going to make it the same color as that layer. And what we want to do is take all four and hit Control G to group them. We'll call this box. And we can apply a stroke to the whole group. So we'll double click the right side of the layer, bring up the Layer Styles dialog, and hit Stroke. And we can see some of it's coming through there, so we can adjust this after we adjust the stroke. And roughly right around there is good. And we'll just change the color to our stroke color right there and hit OK. And to fix this portion, all we have to do, if you're seeing the stroke beneath or in between these cracks, is just take that first bottom layer, rectangle 1, take the bottom point with the direct selection tool, and just use your arrow key and just pull it down. And that way it gets rid of anything that shows there. Okay, so the next step is to create the actual ribbon. So that's pretty easy. What we'll do, we'll start right here, and we'll just pull down, hold Alt. So the upper left point meets this line right here, and then the bottom left point will meet the edge over there. So now we don't want it a part of this group because it'll affect the stroke, so we can just drag it up and above, and we'll make this color slightly darker right around there. And then we can go to Edit, Transform Path, Skew, just to pull this right edge up, and hit Control H. And because we adjusted the points, they're not going to match up evenly, so all we have to do is zoom up real quick and use the direct selection tool to adjust. Hit Control H. The point right here. And we can pull that down just a little bit, and then same thing down here. Alright, Control 1. Okay, so now what we want to do is just go to Edit, or rather right click, we're going to duplicate that, and then go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal, and just drag it to right where it meets around there. And this time, this color is going to be right here. Alright, so now we need the two that go on top as well. So all I'm going to do is right click, duplicate, and then just drag it over right around here. and take our direct selection tool and just manually pull these over so that they connect. And we may have to zoom up just to make sure everything's matching up evenly. Looks like that one can come down. This one over. Alright, and we're going to leave it at that color. And I want these to come just a little bit like that so there's no edges showing. And then what we can do finally is right click, duplicate that, and go to image, or edit rather, transform, and flip horizontal. Let's move this into position, and let's match these up more accurately. Oops, let me get rid of that. Okay. And right around there is good. Alright, so finally the one thing we wanted to add is the bow up here, or the tie rather. So real quickly, we'll just click right around here. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we'll end that one right around here. And just try to use the pen tool to envision, what one would realistically look like. All right. And do another one near it. Right around here. All right. And I want these two to be this darker color here. And right there. And then finally we have 2 more layers to do, and then this will be finished. We'll just drag out right here. And then the other layer, or the ribbon. And we could take these two and kind of scale them up so we can see the actual bow a little bit better. And take them and we could just adjust these a little bit. Alright, so that's pretty good for this icon. And now we want to create the last one, which is going to be the Santa hat. So I'm going to go to File, New. We'll call this Hat. And we'll use the Paint Bucket tool here. Make it white. And this one's just purely going to be the pen tool. So real quickly, I'll just draw out something that will look like the hat. Just like this. You don't have to be perfect, of course. And we're going to get this color right here. And I'll make it that color. And then we have the brim portion of the hat. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You try to make it look, a little bit organic. All right. And that will be this lighter color right here. All right. And then I don't want a perfect circle for the actual ball of the hat, so I'm just going to kind of just draw one out here. All right, that looks pretty good. So now what I want to do is take these 3, hit Control T, and just scale them out so it kind of fits here a little bit better. And then what we're going to do is just as with the previous icon, we're going to group those 3. We'll call it hat real quick, and we'll double click on the right hand side, go to stroke, and we'll increase the stroke quite a bit, and we'll make it this color. Hit OK. Alright, and then finally all we have to do is the actual highlights here. So we'll get started right here. I'm going to create a new layer first. Control-Shift-N, hit enter. All right, and we'll just follow the contour of this left edge. All right, and then do another one right here. All right, so this one will be white because it's on a lighter one. However, the one beneath it is going to be this color. And then we'll have a white one right here as well. And we'll make that white. And we can adjust this just a little bit better. All right. Okay, and that is it. Looks pretty good to me. So these are our Christmas holiday flat icons, and I think they look pretty good. So we're going to wrap this chapter up in the next lesson by exporting them. All right, I'll see you then.